Hi everyone, the Spiderman here. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be rehousing my Balfouri Communal, and as you know guys, it's in this enclosure here, and unfortunately I used to have three, but one actually got eaten. They were actually in one of these enclosures here, and I upgraded it to this enclosure, and unfortunately now this enclosure is a bit small. I have two in here which are around about the 2.5 inch in leg span. So I'm going to be rehousing it into this enclosure here, which is a little bit longer. It's got a little crack there, but it should be okay. So I'm going to be rehousing it into this enclosure here. So same again guys, I'm going to do a bioactive setup with the clay pebbles and the membrane and the potting soil and the moss. So let's get started. So guys, there is the old enclosure and there is the actual new one, and you can see the size difference. So first thing to do guys is to get my clay pebbles, just spread them around. That should be okay, and then I'll get the membrane, cut it down to size and put it in the enclosure. So guys, with the membrane cut to size, let's just put it in the enclosure. There we go. And then I'm going to put the potting soil in. Yeah, that should be okay. We'll put a little bit of moss in there, and we'll use the old water dish from the old enclosure. But I'm going to put some piece of cork bark in there, or just a little bit of wood that I've actually got up there. Look, I'm going to put a piece of that in, and then I can web it up and do their own thing. So guys, here is the piece of wood I'm putting in the enclosure, and I've just cut it down to size. So I've cutting this part off and these three bits here. So I'm going to put that in the enclosure. I've measured it all out, and yeah, that should look absolutely amazing. So let's just turn the camera around guys. I've got my camera on the tripod. So yeah, that should, yeah, and I'll put some moss around the actual soil as well. Yeah, that should work absolutely fantastic. So we can put some moss at the back there, and put a little bit in the corner. I've taken out the old water dish, and I'll use that in this enclosure here. Just took some more around the back as well. Yeah, that looks alright. Looks a bit more colourful. So we'll put a little bit more around there, and I'm going to put the water dish just here, and that should be absolutely fantastic, and I can web that up and do their own thing. So yeah, I think that looks alright. Just put it some more at the back there, and I'll give that moss a little spray in a second. Well, like I said before, you can just break the moss up and put it wherever you want to. Yeah, that looks alright, and then they can web up in there and there and around here. So yeah, that looks absolutely perfect. So let's just give the enclosure a spray. Let's fill up the water dish as well. This should dry out in no time, and there we go. So guys, the last part to do is to put these two M. Balfouris in these little pots here, which is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm hoping it won't be, but we'll see how it goes. And like I said, these are around about the 2.5 inch in leg span. So let's just get my tongs. Let's just move all this webbing out of the way. Yep, there's one just around here. So guys, there is the first one. So let's just try and... oh, look at that. Straight in the little tub. Oh my god, how easy was that? So, there is the first one, and you can see how big they are. Like I said, about 2.5 inch in leg span, so yeah, they are getting a decent size now. So guys, on to the next one. Let's put that in there. And we have an old malt as well. So let's have a little dig round. Let's try and see if we can find the other one. Let's try and take this fake plant out if I can, without hurting the other tarantula. It's somewhere in here. I'm hoping there's another one. It should be two. Yeah, there's the other one just there. I can just see inside this little piece of cork bark here. So it's slowly but surely coming out. So let's try and get this little sling pot if I can. It's a little bit difficult to try and do it on your own. So this one's got a fairly big... just move the camera, guys, sorry about that. It's got a fairly big abdomen. And there we go. Oh, that wasn't too bad. I thought it might be a little bit of a tricky job, but no, that was okay. So guys, I think the safest way to do it is to put the lid on. That should fit. Yeah, that fits absolutely perfect. Open this part up here and then just coax them into their bigger enclosure, which I think is the best way to do, I reckon. Just zoom in for you guys. Just give them a little touch and they should go straight into their new home. There's number one. And here is number two. I know they don't like it wet, but this will probably be dry in no time. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know if you can see that, guys. There's one there just on the actual lid. If I can just zoom in a bit more. There's one just there. I don't think it likes the wet substrate anyway, but like I said, it will dry out in time, and hopefully within a week or so this enclosure will be webbed up absolutely everywhere. So yeah, hopefully they should like it in this bigger enclosure. So I hope you enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for watching, everyone.